Hi, my name is Pete Gum, and I have been asked to produce a video that explains how to enter donations as live auction items and fund a need auction items, but more importantly, how to track that the night of the auction. So it's meant to kind of do both of those things. First of all, we need to have an administration password for Silent Auction Pro. I'm logged in with that, so if you are part of this, you're going to need to get whatever username and password is available at the time. Whoever is in charge of donations has to make sure that the live auction items are in as donations and also turned into auction items after they're in there as a donation. And we also have to enter in fund a need items as donations and turn those into auction items. So none of this can really take place until those things have happened. Assuming that has happened, if you're an administrator trying to provide the tracking sheets for the people that'll be actually recording this stuff and inputting it into the system, here's how you do that. You would go to Auction Admin and scroll down until you get to this section called Auction Day Printed Materials. And about the fifth or sixth one down is select a tracking sheet. So really there's going to be two that you're going to need. One is going to be all the live auction items. And I would suggest not doing any of this until you are absolutely sure that your live auction items are in there just the right way. Because if you make changes, you're going to have to go back and just reprint all these sheets anyway. So once you select that, the PDF comes up and it looks like that. Print this page. Sure, you can print that page. I've got one just like that. It matches our current live auctions for our 2018 as of right now. We'll get out of here for a second. You would do the same thing once your fund and need items are in there as well. Select fund and need, print. Now this one looks a little bit different. There's no description for each one. Each one just says fund and need. So as people are bidding for that, I'm willing to give just $500, $250, or $100 as the auctioneer is going through that and doing that. The people up front recording, probably two people for the sake of speed and accuracy, those people will be recording which person and their bid number is the one who's saying they would actually be giving that money and what amount they were at. Okay, so that one looks slightly different than the live auction sheet, which has specific details to it. Okay, so that's how you would, from the administrator's aspect, make sure these things are ready to go for the people that are tracking this. If you're one of the probably two people that are recording this the night of the event, my suggestion is that you sit up front near the front of the stage so that you are in eyesight of the auctioneer. The auctioneer should be told to make sure that he is repeating which bid number it is. So as you are filling out those bid sheets, you can do so accurately. Let's start with a live auction. Usually I think that goes first anyway. So here's a portion of that. One person, I think, would be in charge of writing down on this hard copy piece of paper the winners and the amount that they paid for those specific auction items. The other person would be there to take that information and input it as soon as possible. So probably the person who's inputting the data into the computer, into Silent Auction Pro, would check mark these as he's done with them so that you don't enter it twice. Okay, so this would be an example of what the live auction might look like. As you're going through, bidder number 1230 was the one who ended up winning the Yeti cooler package for $250. Bidder number 489 was the one who paid $380 for this live auction item in Chicago, and so on. Okay, so now as you're recording that, how does that actually transfer into the system? Well, here's what it looks like. Let's take that first one for example. Bid winner 1230 paid $250 for this item number. We're going to find that in the system and enter these two amounts. So again, you're up front, you've got a computer, and you've got access to Silent Auction Pro. When you first log in, it looks like this. You would go to the Auction Day tab, and scroll down just a little bit. Let me find it here. Where are we at? Oh, here we go. Second one, section close functions, and you would be entering a bid result because it's the bid result for that live auction item. When you click on that, it simply asks you for those three things that were on that sheet of paper. So let's say we want to do that Yeti cooler package. It was A1881. The bidder number who won it was 1230. That's my wife. Congratulations, Angie. And then you enter the bid amount, which would be 250, and you press enter bid. Oh, bad example. Usually that won't happen because there's a starting amount. Don't pay attention to that. Just press OK. So once you press OK, it gives you that verification that yes, that auction item, which happened to be the first one on our live auction sheet, is now entered into the system. This is the person who won it, and they paid this much for it. So now when they go to checkout, that should be part of their account. Okay. If you go right down the list, you can just, it's going to keep you on this page. So the people entering this would just go to the next one and say, all right, we had the second live auction item, which was A1882. It fills in what that auction item was. So you can just double check that that's it. We said 489, which ends up being Mrs. Lee, and she's going to buy that thing for $380. Press enter bid and verifies that that's the person who bought it. You would do the exact same thing for the fund a need results, except for the only difference would be, let's see the picture here. So the only real difference with the fund a need tracking and input is that the fund a need sheet looks slightly different. It just doesn't have the details. It just says fund a need, but you still have an item number, you still have a bid winner, you still have an amount. And so all three of those things still get entered into these areas. And again, that was by going to auction day, enter bid results, and that's the screen that comes up. So you can just continue to go back to that whenever you need to enter live auction or fund a need. That is about it.